Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clock's main event. Dropkick now and powerbomb. Ayo, bro, let's bring this on. Hey, hey, what is up? Oh, captain, my captain, show the stuff. Power slammer, suplex 2. Hot bitches just for you. Big breaker, cut a code red. Figure 4, hot times ahead. Since 2014, it's on. It's a 10 count, but stand up strong. Hey kid, no DQ, strong style. Chop, this is how we do. Tom Clock's main event. Tom Clock's main event. Tom Clock's main event. Tom Clock's main event.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Tom Clark here, back yet again on another Friday. Happy Friday to you, one and all. Hope you guys are doing awesome. How's your week been? How's everybody doing out there? Are you keeping your heads above water? Are you maintaining your sanity? I don't know that I am. However, I'm doing what I can. I promise you that. We keep moving forward. Always forward, always. That's what I've always said. And I hope that you and yours are doing that as well. Again, happy Friday to you. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Bear with us. We've got a storm in the area. I don't know if that's going to affect signal or any of that wacky stuff. I'm going to have to look at it on my end because this will be 2 weeks in a row that the signal's been kind of wonky. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of homework and figure out what's going on. Yeah. In the meantime, let's get the ticker ticking or the banner banning. However you want to say it. There you go. You see on the bottom where you can find the main event. If you are listening to the audio version, you're missing out, kids, because you're not catching the video version of the show. Check us out. Subscribe on Boink Studios on YouTube. That's B-O-I-N-K, Boink Studios on the YouTube. You can also find us on boinkstudios.com. You'll find Tom Clark's main event along with many other podcasts there on the channel. 11 years worth of content, kids. No kidding. You can go enjoy. You can take your weekend and just listen and watch and or both, whatever it is you'd like to do. Okay, but we got enough there to keep you busy for sure. Before we start saying hello to everyone out there here today, let's get the logo up there. There we go. And let's see what else we got we can throw up here as well. There we go. We got to represent, kids. We got to represent. If you want to show some love to the show, feel free to hit that down below. You see it there, buymeacoffee.com/Tom Clark. If you guys would like to do that, any amount is perfectly fine, and you're not obligated to do anything. But, podcasting costs money, kids. I don't know what more to tell you. So if anybody wants to do that, the link is in the chat if you'd like to go support the show. We would very much appreciate your business. Let's say some hellos because we got a lot to get to here today. Gunther Sandy in Germany was the first guy here. I appreciate you. David down under. My family and I are doing quite well, David. I hope you are as well. Josh is here. What's up, Josh McManus? Good to see you, my friend. Robbie, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Ray Dean, what's up, Ray, all day? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back, of course, on the show. JP, Jeffrey Peter, how you doing? I love when everybody kind of visits in the chat with each other. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we make friends here. We're a big family. We're a community here. That's what we are. You like that? JP says he's trying to keep his head above water too. Brother, that's all we got, right? That's really all we got at this point in time. Sugar Shane is here. Good to see you, my friend. I've been hydrating like a mother today. I had like 4 partial bottles of water here on the desk. And I've drank every one of them. I've guzzled them actually, because I'm getting a little tired of, sometimes I have myself hydrated enough for the show. And other times I don't. Yeah. So I wanted to be sure that I was absolutely ready today. And again, that way, because you know what happens when we don't hydrate as podcasters? If any of you are singers out there, vocalists, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't keep the vocal cords moist, there it is, your voice ends up cracking. As I get older as well, my voice is cracking like crazy. But can I be straight with you? I've always had that issue with my speaking voice. Don't know why. So yeah, I gotta work on it. That's why, hence the balls of water. This is all I got left for today. So anybody throws a few bucks into the link I just sent you, I'll buy a bottle of water and give you a shout out. How about that? Because coffee does do nothing for your voice, my friends. It's delicious and I loves it, but it does nothing for the recording. It just doesn't. I'm just saying. Do I look tired? I woke up at 2:30 this morning and could not get back to sleep. I laid there for an hour and finally drifted back off and ended up getting back up at 6:20 this morning. I screwed up my leg, actually, my right ankle, at the end of my workout this past Wednesday. So I'm in the gym. I do upper body for probably about 30 minutes or so. Then I hit the treadmill and hit the exercise bike, and I get in 5 miles inside the gym. There's a track out back, so I go out back to walk around. I get a mile and some change. I'm heading back up to the building, and I just got too close to the edge of the path and turned my right ankle and just took blam face planted. Not too much, as you can see. I caught myself, but my ankle swelled up like there was a softball on the side of it. But the good news is nothing's broke, nothing's torn. I'm just kind of hobbling a little bit. So your boy is gonna make it. They've been trying to get me for years. They ain't done it yet. So you know what they say though, kids? Whatever doesn't kill you usually succeeds in a second attempt. Fingers crossed. Marie, what's up? I'm ready whenever you are, my friend. Whenever you are, you text me or message me, or I'll message you. I'll let you know. Or you let me know. We'll do the same. What's up, E? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. JP says podcasters and preachers have to hydrate too. Podcasters and preachers sounds like an album title, doesn't it? I like that. Have to hydrate too, so their voices. Yeah. Well, Josh's birthday is tomorrow. Happy early birthday, my friend. Robbie says, I live in a group home and I am one of my housemates are attending a Lubbock, Texas-based wrestling company called Rampage. Nice. The main event is 4-on-4 elimination. Oh, that's cool. Well, and anytime a charity event rolls into town, I always like, that's something everybody needs to get behind and support. You need to support your local pro wrestling kids. Even if you've never heard of anybody on the card, the men and women you support today are the stars that'll be on your TV tomorrow. And that's the truth. Always support your local pro wrestling. I'm really, really big on that. Good for you, Rob. Good for you. Everybody, the signal is a little wonky. Everybody just stay tuned and hang in there with us, if you will. And I got a little something happening with the screen behind me, but it's all good. All right, kids, we've got loads of stuff to talk about here today. Now, you know we don't cover WWE full-time here on the show. So if you've never tuned in before and you're expecting insane deep dives on WWE, we don't really do that all that much here on the show. But the SummerSlam is coming up. It's a 2-night event, and I don't want to not address it. It seems kind of silly to do that. So we got some stuff on deck. Let's talk a little bit about SummerSlam. First of all, who's looking forward to the 2-night event? Who's going to be watching? What matches are you looking forward to the most? Let's give you the complete rundown. Night 1, that's tomorrow, we'll have Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross in a singles match. If Kross wins, Zayn has to say the words Kross was right. If Zayn wins, Kross must say I was wrong about Zayn. All right, man. Let's see. We also have Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in a tag team match. The Judgment Day, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. We also have Gunther versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll, versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul in a tag team match. And for the WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. There is your night 1. Let's break it down by nights. Who's looking forward to night 1? I know Fernando. What's up, Fernando? Hey, Fernando, have you said hello to me? You did. Fernando, you're my guy. Look at that. I thought maybe everybody forgot me. I'm an attention hound, dude. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, man, I look so tired. Oy vey. That's all right. I'm not putting up your hurtful comment about the Vikings on my screen. I'm not doing it. Ray's running a 5K tomorrow. Brother, be safe. Hydrate, enjoy, pace yourself. Good for you, man. One of these days I might get there. One of these days I might try that. I'm probably several months away from doing anything like that. Can I be honest? My version of running would be like a light to medium jog to slowing down to a brisk walk to a light to medium jog. It wouldn't be a run in the the normal sense of the tone or the term, excuse me. Not to me. Maybe it would be for other folks. But yeah, I don't know if I could handle that. But let's see. How's that for the ooh, much better. Super. Just don't put your hands up. Brother, when you got a green screen, let me just tell you right now, things get a little wonky sometimes, man. Can I be honest with you? Things can get a little wonky. But no worries. We will adjust it back down. We just adjust things in real time, kids. You know what they say? If it's live, it wasn't an accident. So, Sandy, apparently the main event for night one is Punk and Gunther for the World Championship. That's according to Punk, I believe. Now, anything could change. I would say let the women main event night one, but we'll see. It kind of feels like it's Gunther and Punk's match for night one for sure. Fernando says, looking forward to Charlexa winning the tag team championships. Maybe so. JP says, when Red and Jerry's would show WWE pay-per-views before Peacock came around, a local wrestling group would come in and do a show afterwards, would make it a lot more fun. Ooh, that's awesome. What a great idea. What a great idea. Dave says, I will be watching and love WWE and AEW. Awesome. By the way, guys, I'm 2 days behind. 2 days? Let me check. I was doing so well on the G1, and now I'm like 2 events behind. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm the main event behind Zack Sabre and Takeshita. Don't anybody ruin it for me. From July 30th, and I'm also behind on August 1st. I haven't seen any of August 1st, but I'm up to the main event on the 31st. There have been some really good matches of the G1 so far this year, kids. Sandy says, hope Seth is not cashing in yet. We'll see. Sandy, when would you want to see him cash in? Do you have a preference? I'd be curious to know that. There we go. Yeah, and you know what, Ray? He said Zack Sabre Jr. is killing the G1. He's starting to heel out again. Have you picked up on that? I'm sure you have. He's starting to show some heel tendencies. He likes to use the word D-head. I won't say it out, but that's kind of his go-to curse. Let's see. Sandy says, I did watch Stick. I never felt it. I'm a big Mark Maron guy. I think I've probably made that pretty clear here on the show before. I like Owen Wilson. I think the cast is really solid. I just wasn't a fan. I watched the entire series. I can't say I disliked it. It just never connected to me. And everybody and their brother was comparing it to Ted Lasso, which, number one, should never happen. Nothing compares to Ted Lasso. I'm being straight. I wasn't doing that. I just kept waiting for those emotional connections. And for me, they never happened. If they did for other people, that's awesome. But for me personally, I just could not get, I couldn't care about it from here, like from deep down. I tried, right? And I kept waiting. I kept thinking, am I missing something? Why am I not into this? Again, I watched it all. There were just too many weird things, I guess, from a story perspective that I just wasn't really into. If I'm being honest. Marie says, Seth crashes. Same thing, yeah. Cashes in night 2 right after Cody beats Cena. That'd be something, wouldn't it? Ray says the same thing. Y'all are teaming up on that. Ray says, Cody, Cena, Roman, all about to leave to film movies. Well, there you go. We shall see, kids. Will Seth even be able to cash in before the year is up, or will they have to find a new Money in the Bank winner? I don't know. That's a good question. Let's cover night 2 there, folks. The White Six versus Andrade and Rey Fenix versus DIY versus Fraxium and the Motor City Machine Guns and the Street Profits. 6-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for WWE Tag Team Championship. That'd be fun. That may steal the show on night 2. And that's a tough one because that night 2 is a solid card. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. Steel cage match for WWE United States Championship. Becky Lynch versus, Lyra Valkyria? Is that it? I always get her first name wrong. It's not a first name. Let's be honest. It just feels like Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria is like That just makes more sense. But I think I butchered her name. It's a no disqualification, no count out, last chance match for WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. If Lynch wins, Valkyria can no longer challenge for the title as long as Lynch is champion. Those steps, man, those steps. Then you got Naomi defending the Women's World Championship in a triple threat against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. And then we've got, for your main event of night 2, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. Brother, if you bet against John Cena in a street fight, you must be nuts. Although I think Cody's going to win. Let's talk about night 2, kids. What do you guys think? Fernando says Seth is really injured, which I heard as well. Don't know if I believe that. We'll see. Says he's not cashing in. I kind of thought it was just a sham, a work, as they say. David Silvan, what's up, my friend? Thank you for watching. I appreciate you very much. Ray says Street Profits new champs. AJ wins. Becky wins because Bailey turns. And Cody heals out. Cody heals out. I don't know if I'm feeling that. I mean, anything could happen. You could very well be right, but I don't know if I'm feeling a Cody heel turn. I've stuck by the idea of Cody as babyface for a long time. I think Cody is a much better and much stronger babyface than he is a heel. It's how I feel. I wouldn't have said that in New Japan. I thought Cody with the dark hair and the cigar as leader of the Bullet Club or co-leader of the Bullet Club was fantastic. I think that really worked. Japan's a different animal. But I think in the States, especially in WWE, I think he's babyface. I mean, they can do what they want. It's fine. I just don't know if I'm feeling that. And plus, what would be the incentive for him to turn heel and then leave if he is indeed going to go do a movie? He turns heel and then splits? He might. Anything's possible. Hello, Belinda. How are you? Good to see you. Davey, what's up? No worries, man. You're not late. You're just not on time. Let's see. JP said Jey Uso and Cody are too over to be turned heels. I totally agree with you. Sandy says Dom retains. And Ray, Zack Sabre Jr. is a fantastic heel. He's like the best heel ever. He's so freaking good. He's great anyway, but as a heel, he's fantastic. The boy's good, Ray. I thought we had the boy a car purchased today, but it's not. Looks like it's not happening. I mean, we're getting used. I'm not buying this kid a brand new car. We're not financing. We're going to pay cash. And we found a local car here, maybe 10 minutes down the road, and a lot from the office here. And they were doing some work on it, kind of putting it through its paces to make sure it's all good. And he's like, I'll call you. I'm like, all right, cool. And I haven't heard a word from him. That was at, 9 o'clock this morning, 9:30. So I imagine nothing's happening today. And look, if the car ends up being not what we wanted or needed, or if there's no fixing it or whatever that looks like, then we dodged a bullet. That's what I told my son. Dodged a bullet. Because when you buy used, you're rolling the dice. You guys know that. But it was a good price. The miles are high, but we expect high miles for the budget that we have. It's kind of how it works. Sandy, I appreciate you. I think I revealed here on the show last week that he had that my kid was in a hit and run a couple of weeks back. It wasn't his fault, and they have not caught the person. He's fine. He's all good, which is the only thing that really mattered. That mattered, period. But he's good. He was scared to death, which I would have been too. The car, he was driving his mom's car, and it was barely touched. So this girl apparently came over on top of him just enough to kind of nudge him, but it was enough to scare the crap out of him. So because of that, my son's been taking it way easier than before. Not that he drives like a maniac, because he knows if he does, Dad will do something to him, like put him through a freaking table, okay? But and make him sell it too, right? But no, it's he's been very, very careful. He's a really good driver. I taught him how to drive, which isn't like patting myself on the back, but I took my time, took a lot of time to teach that boy how to drive. That boy was behind the wheel before he ever got his permit, long before he ever got his permit. I let him drive through the neighborhood all the time because we got a big honking neighborhood. So he didn't have to be nervous for driver's ed or anything else. JB says there are people who make better heels than faces and some that make better faces than heels. Cody makes a way better face and heel. I could not agree more. I'm totally with you on that, man. So here's what I'll tell you. I've been checking out some promos back and forth, a little bit of something, something with Cody and Gunther, or excuse me, Punk and Gunther. I think, I've been kind of hands off on Punk since he went back to WWE. Not, not for any other reason, but that I just don't follow full WWE full time. I just don't. I'm straight with you guys about that. Yeah. But Punk still has it. He still got it. He's still the best on the mic. He's still fantastic. He's wonderful at what he does. He's great. He knows his character. I don't much care for him in that company. I preferred him in AEW, but we all know how that ended. So I don't hold a grudge. Be weird to do that anyway, right? But it's hard to hold a candle next to Punk. You have to be one of the best talkers in the game in order to do that, and it's not the easiest thing. Yeah. So because of that, it's like Punk is doing Punk stuff. He's still extremely great on the mic. You can't take anything away from him. Here's what I'll tell you. I kind of feel like he's got to win that world title. He's talked about it. He's pursued it. First, the WWE Championship and then some world title. I mean, if he doesn't win one of those belts at some point, I think that's the guy who could end up turning heel. He's not going to do it anytime soon, I don't believe. But at some point, it's going to become like, I'm getting a little desperate here. Like, I keep telling you I'm going to win this belt. I'm anxious to win this belt, but then I don't win this belt. I mean, at some point, that's probably going to play into this, I would think. Don't you? Sandy says Punk wins. I think he will too. I think that whole Goldberg thing was to just give Goldberg a send off. And, Davey says, why it's 6 for the win. I happen to agree with you on that as well. It's going to be a big weekend. SummerSlam's one of their premier events. Can't take anything away from them. WWE's the top pro wrestling company in the world by a lot of metrics. And you'll have your favorites who prefer AEW or New Japan or even TNA or even GCW. And, we've always said on this show many, many times over these many, many years that we don't hold that against anybody. If you are all WWE all the time, do I think it's odd that you don't watch any other pro wrestling of any kind? Yeah, I kind of do. But you know what? I don't hate on you for it. If you only watch TNA and you don't ever want to watch any kind of other wrestling ever, it's kind of weird too. But again, that's just me talking, right? That's, the way I view things may not be the way you view them. I look really tired, don't I? I keep looking at myself on camera. I got to stop doing that, but I keep doing it. Anyway, Sandy says, I'm a WWE and TNA fan. There you go. Yeah, man. I prefer New Japan to every company that I watch. And that's not me wishing ill or hating or loving anything specifically. That's just me being straight. If someone came along tomorrow and put a gun to my head and said, you have to choose only one pro wrestling company, it's New Japan. It would be hard for me to pull against them or to choose another company over them. And I appreciate AEW quite a bit. And WWE, I got a lot of respect for their talent, for their roster. But for me, it's New Japan, man. For sure. JP says, I think CM Punk wins and Charlotte might turn on Alexa Bliss. There you go. I've heard that as well. JP also says, I'm an all wrestling fan. Well, there you go. Well done. Well done. Let's see here. Well, kids, we are almost at the 30-minute mark. You believe that? Listen, before we go any farther and get to the second half of the show here today, I want to tell you a little bit about a brand new podcast that we have. And this podcast, well, I'm pretty excited about it. We've got several episodes in the can, and we are currently working our way through season 1. And we hope that you check it out. So instead of me talking you to death, do me a favor, watch and listen to this.
Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear, begins with the Season 1 preview featuring Tom Clark, Big Tasty, Joe Higgins, and Jay Luft. This fun preview is now available.
I don't think that's working. Did anybody happen to see a video just now? Let me know in the chat. Something about that went a little funky. I did not see WWE Unreal, Sandy. It's not really my cup of tea. I've heard some weird stuff about it, if I'm being straight. Also, you guys did see the video? Did you guys see that video I put up for the new show? Oh, it wasn't coming through on my audio. It's so weird. Yeah, technical difficulties. Let's try this one more time, kids. Everybody be patient. Thanks for hanging in there. Here we go.
Bear Mode, a podcast review of The Bear, begins with the Season 1 preview featuring Tom Clark, Big Tasty, Joe Higgins, and Jay Luft. This fun preview is now available on Boink Studios YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Like, subscribe, and follow today.
All right, so hopefully that went through. My apologies for that little weird mishap there. And by the way, if you've not checked it out, hopefully you caught the whole thing. It is a Bear Mode pod, but the Bear Mode podcast. It's actually, we call it Bear Mode, a podcast review of the Bear. And what it is, it's myself, as you could see, along with Big Tasty, Jay Left, and Joe Higgins, who you know from before, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure you know all three of these cats. But the four of us are tackling the FX series, The Bear. We're having a blast recording it. The season 1 preview is now available on the YouTube, on the Boink Studios YouTube. So kids, if you'd go follow the show. And by the way, it's on all the podcast platforms as well. Okay. So you can go subscribe. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Amazon Music. We're on Audible. We're on, of course, Apple. And I think that's it. Oh, we're also on Spotify. So there you go. If you're using a podcast platform that's not one of those four, let me know, because we also have a website. And of course, we have the YouTube, where you will get video and audio versions of every show that I do, whether it's solo or with co-hosts. So there you go. There you go. Oh, I'm glad you saw it, JP. Thanks for letting me know. So yeah, we're enjoying it. And if you have not watched The Bear, but you'd like to jump in, here's what you can do. You can actually watch the show in real time along with us. In other words, watch the show, then listen to our review or watch our review, that kind of thing. The episode 1 preview, or the episode 1 is going to drop probably in a couple of weeks. Stay tuned for that. There's only 8 episodes in season 1. And as we are speaking, not this moment, of course, but the gang and I are actually recording season 1. So we want to be sure that we've got enough in the can before we release episode 1, because we don't want there to be a lag, because there's only 8 episodes in season 1. Yeah. Just want to be sure that we're all covered on that. So there you go. Sandy on the YouTube, my friend, watch it on the YouTube. You know what I'm starting to think? I think it's a Facebook issue right now, because Sandy stuff is showing up just fine on here. Yeah. Sandy, it will be on the YouTube. In fact, just go to the YouTube there. I'll drop it in the chat again. And shisha right there. And just look on that front page. Bear Mode is near the top. There's a playlist right there. The only thing in the playlist is the season 1 or is the series teaser and the season 1 preview. But that season 1 preview, you get to reacquaint yourselves with myself and my other 3 co-hosts. And without those guys, there's no show. Because just like with the Two Nations Under Ted Lasso podcast, they were the heart and soul of the show. I was happy to direct traffic and to give my input where I could, but it wasn't a show without those 2 guys. And now the Bear Mode is not a show without these 3 guys. So my hat's off to my friends and my co-hosts, and it's a blast doing it. But we hope that you go take time out of your day to subscribe and download and check out Bear Mode, a podcast review of the Bear. Sugar Shane says, I'd like to see you do a retrospective of Dusty Rhodes or Jim Crockett's NWA. Brother, from your lips to the ears of God. Why have I never done that? I've talked about it in spurts. I would love to. The Dusty Rhodes may be an episode of the 6M at some point. That'd be a fun one to do. If you guys don't know about Tom Clark's 6M podcast, check out that link I just dropped in the chat. If you're listening to the audio version, go to Boink Studios YouTube, and you'll find Tom Clark's 6M podcast, movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. There you go. And we cover a little bit of everything from all corners of pop culture, including pro wrestling. So maybe we'll save the Dusty episode for that, or we'll do it here on the main event. One of the two. One of the two, kids. So there you go. Let's see here. Ray says his show's coming soon. Yeah, we got to work on that title. I don't hate your title. We're going to work on that title a little bit. You know what I love about this, Ray? I'll put it up there for you. You know what I love about this, Ray? There's nothing more exciting than starting your own show. By the way, it's Facebook. It's not me. It is the Facebook. Something's up because I can't even open it on a browser right now. Isn't that something? Crazy. There's something about starting your brand new show, dude. It's nuts. It's so exciting. I mean, it's the best. And it's not only is it exciting, right? But at the same time, like, it's uncharted territory. It's things that you've never done before. Like, you get to call your own shots. It's your show. You get to determine the agenda. You get to determine your talking points. It's not like appearing on other people's show. Before I started the main event, I was guest spotting on other people's shows, and I enjoyed doing it. I kept thinking, I'm not going to do my own podcast. It's just a lot of work. Number one, I was right. It is a lot of work, okay? But as you guys can see and hear, I did break down and do my own podcast. Then I did a whole bunch of them after the fact. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, it's like buying something brand new. Do you know what I mean? You just get excited. And, you know, for me, a big part of this, a big part of the allure of starting a new show is the artwork, the graphics, the website, the logos, the music, catchphrases. I'm real organized on my YouTube. You guys can probably see. I like keeping everything organized. I like keeping everything, you know, flowing. That makes it makes good sense, and it's a smooth flow. Yeah. So I enjoy that. To me, maybe that's considered to be nerd stuff or something. I don't know, but to me, to me, that's the most fun that I have. Honestly, it's the most fun I have doing the shows. Is just the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, I love hosting. Don't get me wrong, but it's the behind the scenes stuff that just makes my day. It's awesome. Let's see here. Ray, my friend, yeah, you got time, dude. Just let me know what you think, and just let me know whenever you're ready. Sandy says, still need to watch Happy Gilmore 2. Happy Gilmore 2 is a tough watch. I'm an Adam Sandler fan. The cast is wonderful. It's a tough watch. By the way, if you want to check out Tom Clark reviews, I talked about it. It was a quick spoiler-filled reaction. It's on the YouTube. Go check it out. But I say in the reaction that that 2/3 of the way through the film, I realized this may be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Now, maybe you guys won't feel that way. Maybe you'll love it. But for me, I wasn't feeling it. Ray says, do you think The Rock will show up? It's possible. The question is the guy going to commit this time? That's the question. Is he going to actually commit this time? Because 1 second he's in, the next second he's not. And it, you know, becomes that if you're not in, then why were you involved in anything leading up to Cody and John? What was the point of all this? If you had no plans to work Roman or work whoever, then what are we doing here? You know, I feel like Rock's, you know, star power is kind of, I don't think it is what it once was. The DC stuff, I think, left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, which is, you know, I don't think anything that we maybe expected. And, you know, I don't know how his pro wrestling star is at this point. People still love him. Be interesting to see. JP says maybe The Rock will turn on Cena. I mean, I guess he could at this point. I don't know what it matters. I mean, I'm going to say I don't know what it matters, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't be up for seeing whatever, right? Sandy says Travis Scott was not fully committed, so he is out. Well, there you go. Yeah, the XFL's off season's happening now, right, JP? So there you go. Yeah, I guess the time is about right. Timing's about right. There's your SummerSlam card, kids. We spent a full segment and some change into the next segment. Let's talk a little bit about some other news that is going on at the moment. If you are not aware, just so everybody here knows, and again, if you haven't heard the latest, we'll tell you about it here today. Remember back when Aleister Black was Malachi Black in AEW, and we all assumed that the guy was unhappy, myself included, that he just wanted to go back to WWE? I thought that. I told you guys that for months. I made sure to tell you I didn't dislike the guy. I love the guy, actually. He's awesome. But that I kept feeling like that, you know, as soon as Vince was out, he called Triple H. That was the story we all heard. So Black has appeared on the Ringers Masked Man Show podcast, where he said that the belief that he never wanted to be in AEW is completely false. And he also attempted to refute rumors that he was reluctant to lose matches while in the company. He says that did not happen, that he was not calling his own shots. Now, we've talked about the Hurt Syndicate here, about the rumors that the Hurt Syndicate are politicking backstage to not lose matches. Now, we left that up to you, whether or not you want to believe that, and I still leave it up to you whether or not you want to believe that. That is entirely up to you, okay? Don't know if you believe any of that or not. But it's what I heard. It's what I was told. And so, do I think that Black was doing X, Y, and Z? It's hard to know any of this stuff because at the end of the day, all we can really do is take the wrestler's word for it. You're either going to do that or take the promoter's word for it. And sometimes you'll get the truth from one, you may not get it from the other. But you know what the real fact is here, kids? At the end of the day, does it really matter who's being truthful or who isn't? As I've said for many, many times here on the show and in other places as well, always pull for the talent, never pull for the $1 billion company. Don't be a fan of the $1 billion company. It's a weird thing to do. WWE is bloated, and I don't care for the leadership. I don't care for who the leadership is friends with. I'm over all that stuff. I don't like the stuff they get involved with. It's not for me. That's why I don't watch full time. So before anybody starts throwing stuff at me and saying, well, then don't talk about it, I don't watch full time. But I'm a pro wrestling podcaster, partly, and part of my gig is to talk about pro wrestling stuff. That's why we're covering WWE here today, because they got a big 2-night event coming up. But do I do it full time? No, not gonna happen. They've lost me from a long time ago. So Grandmaster says AW sucks. That's your opinion. You're welcome to have it. You are welcome to have it. Sandy says Happy Black is in WWE. I'm sure a lot of WWE fans are glad he's back. He's great. I've never not liked him. I liked him the first time around. I like him now. He's fantastic. For real. He's freaking wonderful. JP says Hurt Syndicate are just there right now. They just kicked MJF out and are waiting to see who they wrestle at Forbidden Door. Yeah, it's an odd thing happening, man. We all knew that it wasn't going to last with MJF. We all knew that going in. We knew it after the fact. We knew it as it was happening. We knew it. We know it now. We all knew it. We knew it was just a matter of time. I thought it was going to last longer than what it did, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, the whole thing is just really weird, man. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Radine says Black is awesome, like the feud with Priest. Yeah. JP says Black is happy working next to his wife in WWE. Yeah, and he was happy in AEW according to what he said on this podcast. Not this podcast, the other podcast. Fernando says, what's your thoughts on what Cody said about AEW on the Bill Simmons show? There's stuff about Cody in regards to what happened in AEW that I have known for a long time, that I've known for about a year, that I cannot get into. And I've told you guys that. Ray put me to task and tried to get me to tell him, and I chose not to tell him. I've not told anybody because I was asked to not say anything. Because if I say anything, it's quite possible it could get back to the person that told me. Cody had every reason in the world to leave AEW. And that's all I'll say. He had every reason in the world to leave. And look, if one of these days it comes out, or if he admits it himself, and this sounds like a weird thing to kind of cop out and tell you, but like I was going to say, if he comes out and admits it himself, then I'll come out and tell you, hey, look, I knew. But that kind of sounds like BS, like I'm working you. I'm not trying to work you. But again, I just can't reveal it. And I've not told anybody. Because again, I was asked not to. But it's serious enough that if I were Cody, I would have split too. For sure. Because there just wasn't enough done to correct the situation. Rating says, finally got the Brit 4-1, so happy. SGWA, not very nice. You talking about how she is backstage and stuff? Man, dude, she's a character, man. And I, you guys know I don't hate on anybody here on the show, brother. It's just not who I am. It's not what I do. But yeah, it's very odd. I don't. You know, in a business where you are making your living off your name, and your name is all you really have, why in the world you do anything to jeopardize any of that? Why in the world you do anything to, I just